Good afternoon, and welcome to Purchase Broadcast Studios. I'm your host, Justin Knowles. Today, we'll take a look at what's been happening here at the Purchase College campus, and we'll hear stories from the cities in the area.
And I'm your host, Arlenis Marmolejos. Thanks for joining us here today. Culture Shock is an annual music festival hosted here at SUNY Purchase. The festival is the largest event of the year, and many students look forward to it throughout the spring semester. Culture Shock was held on April 18th and 19th, featuring both student and celebrity performers. This year, after the lineup was announced, many students took to social media to discuss the problems with Culture Shock this year. While music is the main focus of Culture Shock, there are other things to do, including food, drinks, and bounce houses. Correspondent Alex Del Cueto filed this report.
Culture Shock is an annual two-day music festival held at SUNY Purchase College hosted by the Purchase Student Government Association. Each year, both student performers and celebrity performers are asked to prepare sets to be performed on the west lawn behind the Performing Arts Center. The event is mostly focused on the music. There are plenty of other parts of Culture Shock to enjoy before the performances, including free merchandise from the steward, food from the food trucks, or playing games with your friends at the bounce houses.
My favorite part of Culture Shock was the food because I'm a little big, I will admit. I did like them tacos. I had an empanada from it's like literally just an empanada place. They had an oxtail empanada. That shit was so good. And then I had some brisket from one of the barbecue places. You know, I was just trying things from different people's plates. It was pretty good.
While the weather on day 2 of Culture Shock was warm, there was a strong wind that blew across the entire festival grounds. The wind was so strong, it knocked over tents, blew open the doors to the porta potties, and was knocking supplies everywhere. However, the people at this event did not allow that to stop them from providing a fun experience to all those who attended.
I'm glad that Culture Shock was outside this year because it's been inside for the past 3 years, but I just wish it wasn't so windy.
For both days, the Culture Shock festivities began at 4:30 p.m. with just food, then bounce houses at 5:30 and performances at 6:30. Students continued to enjoy non-music activities even as the performances began.
I wasn't adequately prepared for this. You know what? I think bouncy house, bouncy castle. I'm thinking, okay, I'm jumping around, I'm having some fun. No, I was tortured, and if it was up to me, I'd still be there to this day.
Culture Shock ran until midnight on both nights, seeing hundreds of students attending throughout the 2 nights.
Barreling along towards the end of the semester with the rest of the student body, Crescendo, SUNY Purchase's unofficial show choir, has 2 weeks before their last show of the spring. Rehearsals are in full swing while 2 of the choir's officers prepare to graduate and pass on their roles after the upcoming May 2nd show. Passing on their roles means passing on their difficulties within the club. As one of a handful of non-school funded clubs at Purchase, the college makes it difficult for any non-official club to have any kind of priority over dates, times, spaces to rehearse, and even to perform. This gets more difficult as the school year goes on, leaving the choir officers to have to stand up for their importance and recognition more and more. This is a problem for every non-school funded club or organization, leaving the question to be, is there any solution for the issue thus far? Reporter Nathaniel has a story for us.
Purchase College is home to many clubs that make room to celebrate the arts. However, not all of them are celebrated by the college itself, with around 20 non-school funded clubs throughout all departments. That includes Crescendo, a show choir formed back in 2019 that puts on about 5 shows a year. The show choir itself is going on its 6th active year and rapidly approaching their last show of the spring semester. Come May, 2 out of 4 of the choir's officers will be graduating, leaving their legacies behind. Rachel Skenyon is a current choreographer for the group and is working on her last dance here at Purchase.
My name is Rachel Skenyon. I'm a senior and I'm one of the co-choreographers for Crescendo. I've been doing Crescendo since my sophomore year. I've been an officer for 2 years. I've always wanted to be a dance teacher, and this was a really great way to kind of get started with that. It's a couple people's last show, and that's always exciting and bittersweet. To watch my friends get to take it on is so special.
One of the officers getting the torch passed to them is co-choreographer Regulus Thompson, who will be assistant director as well as choreographer next year. While Thompson is happily taking the role, they're concerned with what comes with being a non-school funded club. Many of these non-school funded clubs are not given the same options from the college as they would if they were recognized as official clubs, with not only having no budgets to go off of, but official clubs get first pick of performance spaces, dates, and times.
Especially this specific season, because there are so many senior projects going up and other things, it makes it really hard to book a space. It tends to be a problem in every show that we do because we are an unofficial club, which means we do not get priority through the school when it comes to booking anything. This season, or this semester specifically, we have had a lot of trouble booking a space, and we finally got one. However, it took a lot of discussing, a lot of negotiating with a lot of different people. I think that might be the biggest one of this show, is just finding a place to perform in the first place. Like, having somewhere to put our show up, I think, might be the biggest struggle from this one.
The choir is set to perform on May 2nd at 7:30 in Southside Theater after working with other clubs and performers to finally find a space. At this time, it's unknown whether or not non-school funded clubs will have a first-come, first-serve along with official clubs, but scheduling far in advance seems to be the temporary solution for now.
A new club on campus called the Purchase Student Thespian Society, or PSTS for short, is putting on its first debut show the weekend after Culture Shock. The show, Into the Woods, follows several famous fairy tale characters like Cinderella and Rapunzel, as their stories intertwine on a mission to make their wishes come true, but at a cost. Field correspondent Alvarez Pickett covered this story, and here's what he found.
And when I had they chose the prince. Yes, the prince. He stole the saddle. Did you dance and eat charming? They say that he's charming.
Purchase Student Thespian Society prepares for its inaugural debut of Into the Woods in Southside Theater April 24th through 26th. The rehearsals for the production began in August of 2024, and the show is made up of two casts, nicknamed Giants and Wolves.
It has been a truly incredible experience. It has been so much fun. The casts are both incredible. I love my cast, but they're my favorite because they're mine, not because they're better. And it's been so incredible, and I cannot wait for everybody to see the shows. Go to both if you can, although we are sold out. It's a really funny show, and it's also like a really tragic show, so it's been really fun to explore all of that with like a smaller group, especially when the show is usually like has like a million people in it, but it's been fun. Especially like that I got put on as Florinda, and that's like a whole other thing, and like she's a lot of fun, and I got to do a character voice with her, and that makes everyone's ears bleed.
Director Ryan Daniels, a sophomore in the Music Conservatory, was enthusiastic to be able to put on a musical production of his own. After weeks of hunting to find a school representative and pitching to the PSGA, he eventually founded the club despite having casted the show first. This is the first time in recent years that a musical theater club has gained not just school support, but PSGA funding.
The reason why we chose Into the Woods was actually a funny story. We had a bunch of different shows that we were thinking of for our inaugural main stage production. And we put them into a hat and we pulled them out, and the first one we pulled out was Seussical, and we actually had a really good idea for Seussical, and then we were like, hey, maybe we should do something serious. So we picked out the second one, and that was Into the Woods, and that's why we did Into the Woods. The reason we're doing this theme was once I had the material and I was getting excited about like what we're going to be doing, I was trying to think about how this story sort of relates to now, and sort of the themes of wishing and wish fulfillment and what happens when you get what you want, sort of relate to the times that we're living in, both personally and socially, all that. And so yeah, I think that the sort of concept that we're going for really illustrates that in a way that's going to resonate with audiences.
The show starts on April 24th at 7:30 p.m. featuring the Giants cast, Friday the 25th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday the 26th at 2:30 p.m. featuring the Wolves cast, with the final 7:30 p.m. show on the 26th closing with the Giants cast. Though tickets are sold out, standby seating is available on a first-come, first-served basis.
It takes just a bit more and we're done. We want four, we had none, we got three. We need one, it takes two.
Recent reports on Wednesday nights for game club meetings at 7 p.m. our viewers will hear a few words from the president and contenders elaborating on their key takeaways and memories of their experiences within this organization and current events they've done together. For instance, Mario Party and Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Kart, and Jack in the Box. Gaming Club also has some movie gathering through the years for Sonic the Hedgehog films, Five Nights at Freddy's, and a new Minecraft movie. Camille Arias-Rojas took the time with her camera crew to take you on an inside scoop of what goes on for the newcomers and upcoming freshmen at SUNY Purchase.
Last Wednesday night, a meeting occurred with most players gaming many Nintendo games and card games involving a combination of fun, competition, and excitement for many individuals. There was also an option to talk amongst themselves and complete some work as well. I've asked several guests and seniors of class 2025 about their experiences in Game Club and what most can expect for the following year.
It was one of my first really big leadership roles. It was pretty tough at first because I came in freshman year. The previous president was just struggling, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll help you out.
The people who are managing Game Club are having the opportunity for people to have the time of their lives and take a break every once in a while, and also having the opportunity for students' imaginations to soar and playing their all-time favorite games, and even games from childhood.
Even though I don't play many games here, I do enjoy being around the people here. They are a lot of fun, especially watching them crash out at games. I find it very entertaining, but the very few times I have played games, I have been welcomed just to play them and learn them, and it's just a nice community.
The best moments I had in Game Club was when we were having this tournament for Smash. We were kind of enjoying the adrenaline rush of excitement and taking out our opponents in the game. It was difficult for me, but I enjoyed it with friends, those that I connect with, and it was a good memory that we had. Also with movie night.
As the semester ends, most of the participants are graduating in May 16th. As we wish them luck on their next chapter and hope to see them again soon in the future, and wish newcomers to have a fun time in this intramural club as well. This is Camille Arias-Rojas reporting for Purchase Broadcast News.
To the delight of animation enthusiasts, Purchase College offered an Introduction to 2D Animation course for the first time in the fall 2024 semester. The course familiarizes students with the possibilities and techniques of 2D animation. The goal of the course is to guide students through various ways in which 2D animation can be made and used to express artistic ideas. Taught by Professor Max Fierro, the course leads students along a path of technical and creative growth through different animation exercises and projects. Reporter Alex Daniels discusses the course with Professor Fierro and interviews his students about their aspirations and how the class is helping them reach their professional goals.
This animated project is an example of a project that one of Professor Fierro's students created in the Intro to 2D Animation course, which is the first required course for the new, highly anticipated animation major currently being developed at Purchase College.
The goal for the class is to show how animation can be accessible, so I make sure that all levels are able to create projects that they're proud of and excited by. And the class moves quite quickly through different techniques and animating approaches, but the idea is to show the wide range of approaches possible in 2D animating. And there's other courses that are going to be introduced as part of the upcoming department and major, but the intro class is a nice way to get people excited about animation and also trying to animate as well.
The students must learn multiple animation techniques, making the class demanding and time-consuming. Their projects highlight their progress and demonstrate their grasp of the materials and dedication to learning the fundamentals of animation. The students credit Professor Farrow for their success.
The animation class has been really good so far. I'm someone who hasn't done animation before, but I really wanted to learn. And throughout my time here, it's honestly the first class that's really allowed me to have the freedom I wanted to. And this class has just overall helped me kind of figure out where I want to do it, what I want to do with art, and pursue animation a lot more. So I'd say it's really successful in just helping learn animation as a whole. And Max has been more than helpful. I would say that without him, this class wouldn't be the same, and that I wouldn't have learned nearly as much as I have without his help.
With Max is an amazing professor. He kind of just encourages us to, really dive into each form of animation, and just with each idea, he really just backs us all the way and really tries to push the bounds of our ideas and even gives us new ideas, and just he's just an amazing person to work with.
Purchase College's new animation major is expected to launch in fall 2026. If Professor Farrow, the 2D animation course, is any indication of the success of the animation major, it will be a popular choice and student favorite on campus.
This is Purchase Broadcast Studios. We'll be back with you after this short break.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's see more stories from our crew here at Purchase Broadcast Studios. Since the reopening of Memorial Field in September of 2022, the city of Mount Vernon has been working to keep youth engaged through sports and recreation. While participation has leveled off in recent months, the city's recreation department is springing into action with a wide range of youth sports clinics programs. With a simple online registration platform called Community Pass, it's easier than ever for families to get involved. Here's a closer look at what's been offered this season. I reported this story.
Mount Vernon's Recreation Department is offering over 15 spring development programs where youth are taught the fundamentals of different sports. They are running on various days at locations like Memorial Field, Mount Vernon High School, Mount Vernon STEAM Academy, and Brush Park.
These programs are good so kids have things to do after school. They're learning sports, and then they're also getting to know other kids in the community.
Running from mid-March through June, the programs are divided by grade level, starting with first graders through high school 12th graders. The clinics are open to residents and non-residents for a fee just under $100, covering 10 weekly sessions for sports like soccer, basketball, boxing, tennis, and fencing. While some clinics are filling up fast, many spots are still available.
In terms of value for money, an excellent option for the parents that are out there. And for those who just can't afford to go, pay for those private clinics, I think this is every bit as good.
It makes me feel happy, excited, and confident. And I would keep coming because I think it's really fun and I get to learn a lot of things here about soccer. So when I grow up, I can be an amazing soccer player.
I do like the way the clinics are ran. I like the coaching. I like the way they approach the kids. They are instilling, I think, a sense of or sort of discipline that when you're here, you're part of the clinic. You hustle, you speak up, you project your voice. I think I do like that, but at the same time, the kids are clearly having fun while getting this instruction. I think it would go a long way if they would publicize these programs more to the residents.
With the YMCA no longer active and Memorial Field closed for years, many kids in Mount Vernon were left without safe and enriching spaces after school. But now, with the field reopened and more recreation programs than ever, the city is working to bring students back into sports and off the streets.
The coaches here, we care about the kids, and you know, we want to promote the community. We want the kids, the next generation, to grow up and be better, you know. So I would just say, come, have fun, and they usually do have fun.
First Village is a cafe in Ossining, New York, serving coffee and baked goods since 2016. The owner, Luis, prioritizes sustainability at the forefront of all of his business ventures. From their beans to their coffee lids, First Village tries to cut back on their carbon emissions, while at the same time bringing the community together. I cover the story. First Village Coffee is a cafe on Main Street in Ossining, focused on sustainability and connecting their community through coffee. Over 136 million disposable coffee cups are used in the U.S. every day. Throughout Westchester, Luis hadn't seen any coffee shops putting in the extra effort to be environmentally conscious. He had a problem with that.
Coffee is one of the worst single-use businesses, you know, because we Americans or the world drink coffee always on the go, and we figure that we wanted to not be part of the impact, you know, of waste. So we decided to use all compostable straws, lids, cups, paper cups. Just feel like I can sleep better at night.
First Village is also focused on creating a safe and engaging space for their community. Connecting their community through coffee is one of First Village's driving forces. When asking customers what keeps them coming back, it's evident.
The coffee is delicious, number one, and the baked goods are amazing and fresh. But more, it's totally the energy. Yeah, Luis is a really good front man, but he hires very well. It's incredibly warm. We actually have a whole we have like a coffee shop crew that we basically have known each other now for what? How long they've been here? 7 years?
Over 8.
Yes, yeah. So I've like watched people have babies and now their babies are in school. Like we have a whole little First Village community.
The First Village community is very strong and connected. Luis continues that
First Village is an anchor. You know, it's a safe space for everyone that works here and that comes here. I feel like back in the days, bars used to be that, you know? I mean, there is not bars. People used to go to bars and kind of, you know, I feel like these are the daytime bars now.
creating this third space is very important to First Village. However, running a sustainable business in a fluctuating economy can create a sense of uncertainty. Luis pushes back on that.
Coffee is one of those things that doesn't matter what we have a recession or not. People are always going to save that, you know, $3 to be here, because it's more than just a cup of coffee. I think it's like energetically we get more than, you know, than buying coffee. So yeah.
First Village is always focused on their impact, on their customers, as well as the world.
People. Yeah, the people. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love the coffee, but there's good coffee other places. But the people. Located in Rockland County, New York, Nyack Village celebrates its local farmers and their community with a weekly farmers market launched by the president of the Palisades Community Center, Carol Baxter. The farmers market brings together vendors and customers every week in something we can all agree on: delicious food and goods. With dozens of vendors and even more visitors, you are guaranteed to find something for your next Sunday dinner. Purchase Broadcast News correspondent Connor Heatley filed this report.
Every Thursday in the parking lot of Nyack Fresh Market Grocery Store is a celebration of local farmers at the Nyack Farmers Market. During the spring, summer, and fall seasons, the market is open for business from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., with a smaller open schedule of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the cold winter months. The market hosts 21 weekly vendors as well as 9 rotating vendors who appear once or twice a month. This guarantees you will find something tasty to eat. You can shop from a plethora of vegetables, dairy, honey, wine, baked goods, and more. The goal of the farmers market is to bring together the local community and share stories, see your neighbors, and enjoy the local produce.
Yes, I feel like this market particularly does impact Nyack in a great way. It brings a lot of customers out, families out to just spend day in nice or poor weather conditions, get good food, not just good tasting, but good food for your body. So yeah, I definitely think it has a positive impact.
The farmers market is about fresh food from the farmers, and people spend their dollars on us, the farmers, so there's no middleman. We have a lot of regulars who come every single week. We're here year round.
For me, the farmers market is fellowship. It's an opportunity for people to kind of actually speak to your neighbor as opposed to you waving at someone as they drive by in their car. So you can actually, up close and personal, have fellowship with your fellow neighbor. Yeah. And for me, I sell tea, so it's always a good thing.
This market carries a lot of weight in the hearts of locals, with some vendors stating they have weekly customers who exclusively buy their dairy, vegetables, or bread. After closing for a brief time during the pandemic, the farmers market is still going strong. Rain or shine, you can trust that this event and its friendly vendors will always be around.
If you've ever been out in the city and desperately needed a bathroom, you're not alone, and your options have likely been limited. New York City has long struggled with the lack of accessible public restrooms, with thousands of residents and visitors relying on fast food chains or coffee shops just to find relief. Yestiny Hernandez has more on what's being done here, and what people are still dealing with in the meantime.
Finding a public bathroom in New York City has never been easy, and for many residents and visitors, it's a daily struggle that's often urgent and uncomfortable.
I think it's very hard to find a public bathroom that's accessible to the public, the real public. Most of the times you have to, if you go into a restaurant, for example, you have to buy something. I don't always want to buy, even if it's a bottle of water, every single time I have to use the bathroom. You know, it's very hard to find them out in the streets, like actual bathrooms. Maybe in train stations, I think I know like 3 of them that actually have an accessible bathroom for the public.
With just one public restroom for every 7,800 New Yorkers, the city's bathroom shortage has long been a source of frustration, especially for delivery workers, parents, and people with medical needs.
Just inconvenient mostly. Most of the time there's a lot of stores and you get your little coffee, a little treat, or something nice for yourself, and then time passes and you realize you gotta go to the bathroom. And you're like, oh, I'll just go in the store, and they're like, it's employees only, or the bathroom's broken, or it's closed, just straight up closed. I'm like, huh, okay, where can I go to the bathroom? You check like public spaces, like park bathroom, library bathroom, and for those you'll need like a code, or you have to really go up to someone and be like, hey, could I, do you guys have a bathroom? And half of the time they'll be like, I don't know, maybe you'll have to ask this other person, and you gotta go on this whole journey just to be able to go to the bathroom. It's really, not everyone has the time for that. Some people have medical emergencies, pregnant women, the elderly, kids. They can't wait to get interviewed by 4 people just to get into a bathroom.
Now, city officials are promising change. Under the You Are in Luck initiative, NYC will build or renovate over 2,100 public restrooms by 2035, including 46 brand new facilities in the next 5 years and a new Google Maps layer to help people locate them. The goal? 1 restroom for every 2,000 people and fewer stressful searches.
The economy's condition hasn't been doing so well in recent times. Tariffs from the Trump administration have been leaving a terrible impact on America, especially on the lower income communities in major states and cities like New York. Prices on grocery products have been on the increase and haven't shown any signs of dropping anytime soon, leaving citizens frustrated not being able to afford the everyday necessities from their local markets. Some momentary solutions like food stamps or mobile pantries have been more relied upon for attending items. Reporter Jahmari Bradshaw has the story for us.
Price affordability has been detrimental for local citizens in the United States. More importantly, price affordability for college students, adding on to their regular everyday stresses. The cost of products have been on a constant rise throughout the years, only for them to get worse in recent times due to imposed tariffs from the Trump administration. The biggest downside of this being everyday grocery products becoming more outrageously higher compared to the previous years. Products such as the cost for eggs. Many students have shared their opinions and complaints on the issue, all with the shared fears of where the path of the economy is going down.
I think it's very much like I feel like the issue is very much we're gonna feel it when it actually starts happening to us. Like I know like there's a lot of discussion around like grocery prices. Like I know like a lot of Trump people are like don't think that's gonna happen, but I think it's very much scary because like we're only gonna know what happens when we can't start affording food and like when more people have to like start going on SNAP or like on more governmental assistance programs. But yeah, I think the scariest part is like the fact that even though more people are gonna have to like even though we're gonna have to pay for more money on groceries and stuff, like the assistance from the government isn't gonna be there, and that like a lot of people are just gonna be screwed over in a way because of it. So.
Here in Purchase College, there's a food pantry open throughout different times of the week, available for students and even neighborhood citizens that come around once in a while to acquire their necessities. The food pantry has been a great alternative for students on campus, especially for those who may come from a place of lower income.
My time at the food pantry, especially during the mobile food pantries at the beginning of each month, I see lots of families from outside the school going to get groceries because they generally can't afford it, and they go on the line twice, maybe even 3 times for said groceries. And the thing is, when you look at the little sheet they give us to the guest, they say, oh, how many adults you're feeding, how many elderly you're feeding, how many kids you're feeding. These are very full families needing these groceries. So on one hand, I'm happy that I'm able to help with said families, but at the same time, it sucks that we're even in this situation.
With tariffs being on the rise, along with the cost of products being affected, it's the communities that take a massive hit. Despite all this, people are looking for better alternatives to maneuver around such an issue and work through those struggles to tend to the things they need.
Thanks so much for joining us here today at Purchase Broadcast Studios. I've been your host, Justin Knowles.
And I've been your host, Arlenis Marmolejos. Thank you to our crew, Alvarez, Pickett, Alex Del Cueto, Jahmari Bradshaw, Camille Arias-Rojas, Yestiny Hernandez, Alex Daniels, Aidan Achong, Connor Heatley, and Nathaniel Evans. Tune in again next time here at Purchase Broadcast Studios.